A very good afternoon to you and welcome to NTV at 1. I'm your host, Olive Barrows. With just over a day to go to the Kiamba by-elections, we have one Kennedy Mureithi on location. He will be bringing us up to speed on what the preparations look like, what the security situation is, as the race has shaped up to be a show of might between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies and those of Deputy President William Ruto. Will be catching up with him in a little bit. I hear he's running around trying to get the lay of the land. Speaking of matters security, a high-level security meeting led by Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i is currently underway in Elgeyo Marakwet County. The meeting on the backdrop of insecurity in West Pokot, Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet counties galvanizes security officials to discuss a peace pact along their borders. The conflict in the region has so far claimed 8 lives in 3 weeks. We are now joined live by our North Rift reporter Lois Wangoi. Lois, why is this of particular concern?
Good afternoon, Olive. As you note, CS Interior Dr. Fred Matiang'i has been now in almost a 2-hour session meeting with a very detailed security team from the counties of West Pokot, Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet. This follows a series of cattle rustling and banditry attacks which has led to loss of lives. Also in the meeting is the political class drawn from the 3 counties and security heads from the 3 counties being led by for this region, George Natembeya. CS Matiang'i is currently addressing them after having a session where he gathered information and news and concerns from the political class here and also from the top security chiefs drawn from the 3 counties. Notably, in the past 3 weeks that we have had 6 recorded deaths emanating from episodes of cattle rustling and banditry. We also have had 2 other deaths which have not been substantiated yet by the police. But as we talk now, it is that around 8 persons have lost their lives in a span of 3 weeks. The border areas of West Pokot, Elgeyo Marakwet and Baringo counties, and these being attributed purely to cattle rustling and banditry. It is a retrogressive practice that the leaders here and also the Ministry of Interior has been trying to eradicate, but clearly with no fruition. And we expect the meeting that is currently going on will highlight some of the areas that the national government will be looking into as they continue to heighten and ensure peace and calm is restored to this area. Among the issues that have really contributed to the rising cases of cattle rustling and banditry is the long, sunny, dry spells here, and that means the resources that are very key here, granted majority of the residents do livestock farming for a living, is the fact that with the long dry spells there has been scarcity of water and feeds for their animals, and so the communities here at times fight towards these small resources. Earlier we did have a time to speak to the county heads of Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo and West Pokot counties, and it is important for us to first listen to their contribution, what they spoke to us about, even as they continued with the security meeting that is expected to end anytime from now. Let's first listen in.
Hiyo opinion na narrative ambayo watu wameweka na kusema pengine hii insecurity ya Gerio imekuja kwa sababu ya election inayokuja kwa mbele ya mwanadamu na Mungu, please, I refuse. I have been around here. Mimi ndio naishi grassroots, governor ya grassroots. Hiyo nonsense hakuna hapa.
And we want to tell the government that can they treat this as insecurity issue like any other criminal activity in any part of the country, because what we are seeing here is every time people are killed, then we are told that we need to meet politicians, let them give us a solution. There is no solution that politicians can do.
The community has suffered a lot for quite some time. The innocent have been denied life. A number of households have lost their livelihoods. So the national government should come in full force and ensure that they have arrested these perpetrators. Even those that are bringing these arms, if they are known, they should be arrested.
Clearly, the CEO heads from the 3 counties putting the blame squarely on the national government and challenging the national government to do more in restoring calm and quiet here, where cattle rustling and banditry has become such a big problem, leading to loss of lives. We are seeing that the meeting here is somewhat being concluded. They're just saying a prayer, after which we expect CS Interior Dr. Fred Matiang'i will address us, and we'll be coming back to you with much more in our subsequent bulletins for 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. with the resolutions that this meeting will have bared and the pointers that the government will be looking into in ensuring peace and quiet is restored in this part of the country where, for the love of livestock, a section of men shot to kill.
All right, thank you, Loisa. She said she stays on top of that story and she will be bringing us the resolutions arrived at that meeting that CS Fred Matiang'i is chairing at 7 and at 9 p.m.